Hey, how's it going? History of Design, Session 14, Part B. Quick little rundown for you all because you all know what to do for the most part. So let us do Studio Preview, start preview. Man, systems are running really wonky today. I don't know if you're running into that problem. All righty. So, do today, Project C Part 3, into which you will do the one final sketch. You begin the zine, presentation, and create, and then duotone. Make sure you duotone. But I understand we have another week to work on this, and then get more instructions. So we have what we'll be working on today. I'm trying to say it the best way. And then you'll turn in week 15. Week 15, it's tweaks, changes, and finals. So there's 2 more sessions to work on it. So, but still stay up to date. You don't want to fall behind. We don't have that much time left. As we always do your attendance, attempt, continue. What is hierarchy in design? A file naming system. Yes. The visual order of importance. Okay, so I know that one. Make sure you do that. Get that turned in. You know where the video lectures are if you are watching this. Tuesday's assignments. We are running down on this. Oh, you know what? Speaking of something else. This is our final one to do here. And then Thursday. Let's do Thursday. This is just work in progress. So you're going to send me your work. You know, it's... and you're gonna send in the work tonight. I'm gonna tell you what to change on it, and then you're gonna send it to me again. I'm gonna tell you what to change on it. And hopefully, that's all we have to go through. It is a little bit tight, but it is actually more time than I would normally have given on the project. But let's look at some things. I've noticed some 1 or 2 things. So I want to walk through a couple hopefully fun steps. All right, for images. So we have to work in duotone, 2 color, white, black, and a specific color. So I want to talk about, there's ways to do that. And I talked about that in the last Thursday's session, but I'm going to go over a couple more that I didn't go over. And one of them is halftoning, old school. So I have my gray TIFF. And if I go to filter. Uh-oh. Come on. Why is this doing this? Oh, because I'm not on the layer. Filter. Sorry. Pixelate. And if I go to color halftone, now I have this. And if you can set the radius. So if I do something and I start with, like, say 16, the biggest radius will be 16 pixels, and I'm gonna hit OK. And you get that. Now, if you squint at it and look really far away, you'll recognize the image. So I can undo that. And if I go to filter, pixelate, color halftone, and a lot of these, you can change these. It doesn't matter because of what we're doing. But I'm gonna go to 8 and hit OK. And there. Like, that may be cool. Depends on the size that you're going to make it. So if I zoom out, it slowly becomes pretty recognizable. But then as I zoom in, less. So it all depends on what you want to do. Now I can even go filter, pixelate, color halftone. And if I think there's a limit, I go to 4. Oh, okay. 4 is the smallest. I knew there was a limit. So 4 does this. But if you then zoom in on it, you can see all the different pixels. Now, some of this changes with the resolution of your image. So if my image mode, I want image size, excuse me, I'm at 300. Sometimes I'll do these to 600. Now, it's not really the best to size up a image. It's not going to work. But then if I go to filter, pixelate, color halftone, and I keep that at 4 and hit OK, look at that difference. Now it has more room to play. So my 8, it's just I'm doubling everything. So then if I do the filter, pixelate, color halftone. So all this is like, I'll sit here and play and be like, okay, where's the one I want? And I usually do start at 600 because it gives you more room and the pixels look better. And then you can treat this like anything. Like that's old school newspaper. When you put it in your piece, it's going to be like that small. But guess what? It's black and white only. So like there's all these tricks, and that's the old school trick. Now, if I do this, Z, if I go to filter and, oh no, I forgot it. Because it's something I don't use. It's like under adjustments. Oh no. Oh, filter gallery. That's why. Okay. Sorry about that pause there. So if I go to filter gallery, let's make this smaller. You can also play around like with anything under sketch, like start to see like, and these are all black and white. Some look like crap. And then, you make adjustments. Now there is one for halftone pattern. Now the cool one here, is you can change it. So if I go to circle, oh, it's not changing it, is it? It's keeping, circle. Oh, so it's a circle inside out. Sorry, I was expecting dot when I did that. So you can do the dot and you can adjust the size of the dot. The only problem with this filter that I hate is that it does gray. It's not like a pure halftone, but you get some funky stuff. But this is like, if you do line, like you can do those, which are sometimes pretty cool. If I crank the contrast and then reduce the size, like there's some neat stuff that you can do. And then circle. That circle. And then so it picks the exact middle. And that's kind of fun as well. So a lot of stuff that you can do to convert your image. Now this works great with the portraiture. The other ones, I wouldn't maybe mess around so much. I'd maybe, the examples. So file, open. I would maybe duotone stuff. So if I go to history, oh no. I'm just going to grab an old image. Oh, these don't work really good either. All right. Give me a second. Oh, no. Shoot. I'm just trying to get one that's not super low res. All right. Create, paste. Oh my God. I don't know. Something's going on with my computer. So like for this, when we switch it, I would do like more in this level with the gradient map. And then, you know, if you're like double click there. So if I had cyan as my color, just do 100 tab 0, hit OK. And then like you can either do the white to white, or if I do this to black, but then I reverse it. You know, and you may have to work with like how dark you get, like move these around. Now there. So all your images also need to be in duotone as well. So make sure you're doing that and you're playing around. It will open up other, when I say that, I feel like we always are designing and we're just thinking rainbows of colors, rainbows of colors, rainbows of color. Like, what if you didn't do a rainbow of colors? Like, what if you restrict yourself? And that's why I do some of the assignments the way I do. It's like, sometimes the restriction of color really will change the way you think about the design, how you create design, and that will work forward when you do designs to make it better. Why? Okay. So next, why is this showing old stuff? All right, next up. In Illustrator, File, Place. Check this out. I got that. I don't want the half. All right, I got this image. You go to Effect, Pixelate, Color Halftone. Boom. There you go. Same thing. So you can do this directly in Illustrator. You have a lot of the same changes that you can make, and then you can do this, you know, depending on your color. So play around. Like, there's a multitude of things that are going to happen that you can do that will change the effect. And like even here, I was just like playing around, like, okay, all these images, what do they look like on the blue background? What do they look like on the black background? Like, you know, how do they play together? These are all, this is cyan to white. This is duotone. And then this is, I can't remember what I did here, you know, like, but they're all duotones and they're just playing around. Oh, I think this is, you know, using InDesign, 2 different color modes, you know, upper and lower. So that's something to think about, play around with as well. Now I noticed, thank you, student who turned in their stuff. I don't know if you all know this, but in Illustrator, if you're doing this using Illustrator, you have to turn your type upside down. And I know everybody's going to be like, but Joel, when I try to turn my type upside down, nothing happens. You're right. Nothing happens. You're using the wrong tool. If I simply switch to the free transform tool, now my type is upside down. That's all you have to do. Free transform tool allows you to put the type upside down. So that's how you do it in Illustrator. So to make sure that you have your type running the correct ways per the die line. And let's see, what's the last thing? InDesign does it automatically. InDesign, you can just flip it. Oh, that was just horrible what I just did. But it did it. Oh, I went backwards. Whoa. I didn't realize you could do that. So that's upside down. Now, if you wanted to be really David Carson, like, then you could flip it. So it mirrors it. And then nobody can read your work. There's a very famous piece by David Carson in Ray Gun magazine. It was an article about It was an article about a musician or something like that. And he was reading the article to do the design, and he was like, this is the most boring article ever. And he hated it. And so what he did is he took it, he typeset it, and then for the font, he did this. I don't even know if I have the fonts. He did this. He typeset it in Zap Dingbats, basically. And so the whole article looked like this. And because he hated it. He's like, it wasn't worth reading. And so we had to publish it, but I didn't think it was worth reading. So he just did that. And, you know, shocks were heard from around the world. But he's like, yeah, if you could copy and paste it, he's like, you would translate into the article. He's like, I didn't just make it up, but it just became that. So fun little piece of history on my designer. Yeah, I think it's a work day. It's another work day. So do what you got to do. Experiment, play around. Remember, 2 colors, black plus a color, black plus a color, and then you can combine on front and back. Cover only. Make sure you're using spot colors. If you need to know about that, I've taught that in the past. Let me know. I will teach that again. Spot colors are how you get the gradient of color. Well, let's just do it, right? I make a box. My box will be filled with, I'm going to start with a color, and then I'm going to go, and I hate this that it does that. I want this, but I want to transfer it to CMYK, and then I'm going to make it bit. All right, so I'm okay. Then I'm going to go here. I'm going to add the plus. Oh, come on, honey. And now I double clicked on it, and I go to spot, and I call it brown. So I just double clicked on it. Now it's brown, and it's a spot color. See how it has a spot there? And that means when I go here, it's adjustable, and it's always the same color. Same thing in Illustrator. Do a box. CMYK, make my color. Those are my puce. I go to swatches. I hit the plus. Process color to spot color, CMYK. Make sure it's always global. You know, pink. And then now when it's on there, if I go back to here, I can adjust it and make it, you know, any range within that color. So there you go. That's today's lesson. Any questions, comments, or concerns before we move on? Not move on, but before you start working. All right. I look forward to seeing what you guys turn in. I will comment tomorrow in the morning, and you continue to work on them. All right. Take care. Thanks a lot. I'm looking forward to it. All right. Bye-bye.